round 33, color A. To start this round, we need to place additional markers. First of all, let's find marker we placed in round 28, one of the markers that has a group of 3 double crochet in round 31 above it. So here is the group of 3 double crochet in round 31. Let's select the second double crochet out of 3, so 1, 2, and let's place a marker in it. I will put it here. Well, here is marked second double crochet of the group of 3 double crochet, and of course on top of it we have a back post single crochet. Okay, this is the first marked stitch. Let's place 3 more markers. Well, let's take a look at the next marked stitch, but we have on top of it a popcorn. We don't need that. So let's go to the next one, the correct group, where we have 3 double crochet above. So let's mark the second double crochet of the group. Here it is, our second marker. Let's continue. Here we have popcorn on top, above the marker. We don't need it. And the next group is exactly the one we need. So let's place a marker. Okay, 1, 2, 3 in the second double crochet. We place a marker. Okay, next stitch has popcorn above it, and the next one, here is once again the correct group, 3 double crochet, and we will place a marker in the second double crochet. Here are our stitches. And once again, next group we don't count, so we have 4 marked stitches in total, and actually they are marking our corners. And now we are ready to start round 33, color A. And we join our yarn with standing slip stitch in 7th stitch before any marked stitch. So here we have one of them. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is this stitch. Well, I counted around 31, and then we have back post single crochet on top of it. And actually this stitch we needed, we were using as a reference, is front post double crochet of round 31, but we are making slip stitch in back post single crochet of round 32 made around that stitch. So here is our standing stitch. Then we skip next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in next stitch, in the third one, we are making combination of clusters. First we are making cluster of 2 double crochet, chain 1, and one more cluster of 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, that is right above marked stitch of round 31, combination of clusters. First we are making cluster of 2 treble crochet, here we are, chain 2, one more cluster of 2 treble crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, and the third cluster of 2 treble crochet in the same stitch. And here's our group. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, in the fourth one, combination of clusters. First cluster of 2 double crochet, chain 1, and one more cluster of 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Oops. Here I have it. Then we skip next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the next one, in the third one, slip stitch. And now you can fasten off and secure the ends. Round 33 is all done. And here's my tip. I usually end corner rounds with extra chain 1 and tightly fix it, so it is not counted as a stitch, and our round 33 in one of the corners is done. Please repeat the same in the rest corners. Round 34, color D. I did not secure the ends just because I want to show you how I'm usually hiding my ends in next round. So we start round 34 in the stitch right before the stitch where we started previous round, where we have slip stitch. So slip stitch in it. Oops. Slip stitch, here I have it. And then we skip the stitch where we have slip stitch starting previous round, and we'll make front post single crochet around next cluster, the first cluster of 2 double crochet. Then in next chain 1 space 3 single crochet, and I will be picking up chain 1 and the end at the same time, and we'll make my 3 single crochet covering chain space and the end at the same time. Here it is. Then front post single crochet around the second cluster, which is cluster of 2 double crochet, and then we repeat 4 times the following combination: 3 single crochet in chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, I am picking up chain space and the end at the same time. And then front post single crochet around next cluster, which is a cluster of 2 treble crochet. And here I picked up the end together with the cluster, and this is the end. I will just cut the rest of the end. It is very well secured. Let's continue. We made just 1 repetition out of 4, so let's continue. 2 single crochet in chain 2 space and front post single crochet around next cluster. Our second repeat, let's continue. 3 single crochet in chain 2 space and front post single crochet around next cluster. 3 repetitions made, and now I will pick up the second end and will work 3 single crochet in next chain 2 space, picking up chain space and the end at the same time. 1, 2, 3, and front post single crochet around the cluster. Our 4 repeats are done. Then in next chain 3 space, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, front post single crochet around the cluster, and then we skip stitch where we have slip stitch ending previous round, and in next stitch slip stitch to end our current round. And once again I will close it with extra chain 1 to have everything secured double to be sure that my end will unweave. I will cut the end of previous round that is nicely hidden with the stitches of round 34. Here it is. Round 34 is done. In the first corner, please repeat it in the rest corners. Round 35, color D. We join our yarn in 4th stitch of round 32 before the stitch where we ended previous round. Here is our slip stitch, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this stitch standing slip stitch. Here we are. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one where we have slip stitch beginning previous round, we make cluster of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and the top. Our cluster is done. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We skip front post single crochet and first single crochet out of 3 made in chain 1 space, and then single crochet in next stitch. The second single crochet out of 3 of round 34. Chain 3. We skip next 2 stitches, single crochet and front post single crochet, and in the next stitch the first single crochet out of 3 made in chain 2 space, cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 3. We skip next 2 stitches, 1 to the second and the third single crochet made in chain 2 space, and then single crochet in next stitch, which is front post single crochet. Here we are. Chain 3. We skip next 2 stitches, the first and the second single crochet out of 3 made in chain 2 space, and in the next stitch, which is the third single crochet out of 3 in chain space, cluster of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, the top, cluster is done. Chain 3. We skip next stitch, and in the next one, which is the first single crochet out of 3 made in chain 2 space, cluster of 3 double crochet. chain 3, we skip next 2 stitches, the second and the third single crochet made in chain 2 space, and in next stitch, which is front post single crochet, once again chain 3, we skip next 2 stitches, the first and the second single crochet out of 3, and then in the next stitch, which is the third single crochet out of 3, cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 3, we skip next 2 stitches, front post single crochet and first single crochet out of 3, and in next stitch, which is the second single crochet out of 3, single crochet. Chain 3, and then cluster of 3 double crochet in the same stitch where we have slip stitch ending previous round. So let's make our cluster 1, 2, 3, chain 3, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, in the fourth one, slip stitch. And we ended round 35. You can fasten off and secure the ends and repeat this round in rest corners. Round 36, color B. We join our yarn with standing slip stitch in 4th stitch of round 32 before the stitch where we have slip stitch starting previous round. So here it is. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is the stitch, slip stitch in it. Chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one where we have slip stitch beginning previous round, cluster of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, done. Chain 2, we skip chain 3 space and then front post single crochet around next cluster. Here we are. Then chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and in next single crochet cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 and front post single crochet around next cluster. Here we are. Once again, chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and in next single crochet cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and front post single crochet around next cluster. Then chain 2, and in the corner chain 3 space combination of clusters. First, we are making cluster of 3 double crochet. Here I have it. Chain 2. And one more cluster of 3 double crochet in the same chain 3 space. Chain 2, front post single crochet around next cluster. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and in next single crochet cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and front post single crochet around next cluster. Let's continue. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and in next single crochet cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 space and front post single crochet around next cluster. Chain 2, we skip next chain 3 and then cluster of 3 double crochet in the stitch of round 32 where we have slip stitch of previous round, ending it. So cluster of 3 double crochet made. Chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, in the fourth one, slip stitch, and around 36 is all done. You can fasten off and secure the ends and repeat this round in all 4 corners. Round 37, color A. We join our yarn with standing slip stitch in second to last stitch of round 32 before the stitch where we started previous round. Well, here's our slip stitch beginning previous round, and let's count the second stitch, 1, 2, and slip stitch in it. Single crochet in next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and the second single crochet we made in the same stitch where we have slip stitch beginning previous round. Then in next chain 2 space of previous round, 2 single crochet, and as you can see I'm picking up the tail as well. 1, 2, front post single crochet around next cluster. Then 6 times we are repeating the following easy combination: 2 single crochet in chain 2 space, front post single crochet around next stitch, and here I will pick up the end and then I will cut it off. Okay. Oops. One more time. And this is our first repeat out of 6. Let's continue. 2 single crochet in next chain 2 space and front post single crochet around next stitch, 2 out of 6. And then 2 single crochet in chain 2 space and front post single crochet around next stitch, 3 repetitions made, 4 repetitions made, 5 repetitions made, and 6 repetitions made. We reached the corner chain 2 space and 3 single crochet in it. 1, 2, 3. And now 6 repeats of the combination where we make front post single crochet around next stitch and 2 single crochet in next chain 2 space. And this is our first repeat out of 7. Let's continue. Front post single crochet around next stitch and 2 single crochet in chain 2 space, 2 repetitions made, front post single crochet around next stitch and 2 single crochet in chain 2 space, 3 repeats made. Let's continue. 4 repetitions made, 5 repetitions made, 6, and the last one. 7 repetitions done. Then single crochet in the same stitch where we ended previous round and half slip stitch of round 32. We make single crochet in the stitch of round 32. Then single crochet in next stitch of round 32 and then slip stitch in the next stitch. And our round 37 is done. You can fasten off and secure these the ends and repeat this round in all 4 corners. Round 38, color A. In my case, I will be using another color, the 6th color, color F. We join our yarn with standing slip stitch in 5th stitch of round 32 before the stitch where we started previous round. Well, here is the stitch where we have slip stitch beginning previous round, and let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is the 5th stitch and slip stitch in it. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, which is right before the stitch where we have slip stitch of previous round, we make combination of clusters. First, we are making cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, one more cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, then we skip next 3 stitches, not counting the stitch where we have slip stitch where we started previous round, so we skip single crochet the first one, the second and the third one, and in next stitch, which is the second single crochet out of 2 made in chain 2, single crochet. This is the first single crochet, then we make single crochet in next stitch, which is front post single crochet, and one more single crochet in the first single crochet out of 2 made in chain 2. So we have a group of 3 single crochet. Chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, the second single crochet, front post single crochet, and then the first single crochet in next chain 2 space out of 2, and in next stitch, which is the second single crochet, we make cluster of 2 double crochet. Oops, sorry, of 3 double crochet. Sorry, cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, cluster of 3 double crochet in next stitch, which is front post single crochet of previous round. Chain 2, then cluster of 3 double crochet in next stitch, which is the first single crochet out of 2 made in next chain 1 space. Done. Chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in next 3 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, here we are, chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one, which is the second single crochet out of 2, cluster of 3 treble crochet. Chain 2, cluster of 3 treble crochet in next stitch. Oh, sorry, made a mistake. Okay, cluster of 3 treble crochet in next stitch. Chain 2, we skip next stitch and then cluster of 3 treble crochet in the next one, in the second single crochet out of 3. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, we skip next stitch and then cluster of 3 treble crochet in next stitch, which is front post single crochet. So this time we skipped 1 stitch. Chain 2, and then cluster of 3 treble crochet in next stitch, which is the first single crochet out of 2 in chain 2 space. Chain 2, we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in next 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Here we are. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in next stitch, which is the second single crochet out of 2, cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2. Cluster of 3 double crochet in next stitch, which is front post single crochet. Chain 2, and then cluster of 3 double crochet in next stitch, which is the first single crochet out of 2 made in chain 2 space. Here we are. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet in next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, then we skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then in next stitch we also skip the stitch where we have a slip stitch of previous round, and in the next one, next stitch of round 32 after we have slip stitch ending previous round, we make combination of clusters. First cluster of 3 double crochet, chain 2, and one more cluster of 3 double crochet. Chain 2. We skip next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch in the next stitch, which is the 4th one. Slip stitch. And here we have our round 38 all done. You can fasten off and secure the ends and repeat this round in all 4 corners. Sorry guys, a small correction. I made a little mistake. All chain spaces in this round are chain 2 spaces, except 2. I said that we were making chain 2 space before the first cluster of 3 treble crochet and after the 5th cluster of 3 treble crochet. But these chain spaces should be chain 3 spaces according to written pattern. Well, sorry for this correction. In my case, I will keep chain 2 spaces. I see that everything looks pretty nice. But sorry for this a little mistake. Anyways, our round 38 is done. And this is the last round in this part of the tutorial. We will continue working the corners in the next part. Easy stitches to everyone and see you soon.